over 4 equals 60 over 120.
Yep.
Okay, so the first thing is that, and this is often misunderstood, is that you can simplify vertically. So what is 60 divided by 120?
60 divided by 120 is 1/2.
1/2, okay. Okay, now the next thing you can do is what's called a cross multiply, or what's sometimes it's shown as a butterfly. Okay, so you multiply r and 2, that's 2r equals 4 times 1. So 2r equals 4. And then when you divide by 2, r equals 2.
I see.
Great. So here's a question we've actually done already a couple of times in your previous semester here. I don't really think it's a proportion, but it says if the angle measures in a triangle are 4, 5, and 9.
So we'd have to multiply those angles by 10.
Well, you could. I mean, that's absolutely true, but it's essentially this problem where you have 4x plus 5x plus 9x equals 180. Okay, and x does equal 10. So there's your correct answer. I think you already know how to do that one, so we jumped over pretty quickly. Okay. All right, so here's your next problem here. It says to solve this proportion here, you cross multiply, or you diagonally multiply here. So you have t plus 7 times t plus 7 equals, and then you go the other way, 9 times 25. So on the left here, we're going to call this t plus 7 squared because there's 2 of them. We're not going to FOIL.
Okay.
Now, what is 9 times 225?
Let's check. 225.
Okay. Now, next step is to take the square root of both sides. On the right, it's plus or minus the square root of 225. Now, don't use a calculator. Do you know this value? You know the square root of 225. Don't use a calculator.
Oh, 25.
Okay, so go. I'm going to send you a link here in the chat. I want you to click on that and see if you can tell me the square root of 225, please.
15.
Okay. Did you actually click on the link?
Yes.
Okay. So we have the following. We have t plus 7 equals plus or minus 15. It's really 2 equations. Really, t plus 7 equals 15. T plus 7 equals minus 15. I want you to solve both of those equations there and give me the correct answer.
Okay. So on my left, I get t equals 8, and on my right, I get t equals negative 22.
Okay, so which is the correct answer?
Letter B.
Great. Okay. All right, so the next question is kind of a story problem-ish. All right, so a building is 24 feet tall and 40 feet wide. Okay, so we're going to make a little table. Here's the tall, here's the wide, here's the actual, and here's the model. Okay, so we're going to make a little table. Okay, so what is the actual height of the building?
So it's 24 feet.
And how wide is it?
40 feet.
Okay, and the model is how wide?
10 inches.
And we're trying to figure out how tall it is, so we'll make an X. So the proportion goes like this: 24 over 40 equals X over 10.
Mm-hmm.
What are 24 and 40 both divisible by? Can you think of a number?
4.
4. So that gets us down to 6 over 10. And you can further do it if you wanted. You can go by 2, so that's 3 and 5. So we have 3/5 equals X over 10. So I want you to cross multiply and solve this for X, please.
Okay. X equals 6.
X equals 6. Very good. All right. Okay, so 2. Okay, so we got one more of these story problems. So it's just like the last one. We're going to make a table here again. Oops, I made that too big. Okay, so we have the wide, the long.
Mhm.
Okay. We have the actual
And the model.
and the model, or you can say real and the model. So I want you to try filling these in and solving the proportion for me.
Okay. Okay. So I did make the what would I call this? The
Table?
graph or label. I made the label.
Table.
Sorry.
Okay. Did you put X there?
Yes.
Okay, so did you write 80 over 100 equals X over 12?
Yes.
All right. I need to make a quick note here that I've got to do. It looks like you would be really helped by a divisibility rules worksheet. So I'm going to write that down here as something to do next week. Okay, so what goes into both 80 and 100?
10.
Okay, so that gets you down to 8 over 10. And see how they're both still divisible by 2?
Yes.
That's 4/5. So 4/5 equals X over 12. Can you solve that proportion for me?
Yes. I get 9.6 for X.
Great. Sounds good to me. All right, so that's really good. Let me fill this bubble in. One more question and we're done with this one. Okay. So let's go to the last one here. So this one's more symbolic, so I can understand why it might have been a bit tough here. So they want F to G,
Mhm.
which the way I read it is F over G is what they're looking for.
Oh,
So we're starting with this. We're starting with 18F equals 33G. So notice if I divide both sides by 18, I get F equals 33G. And I'm going to just put this 1 over 18 off to right here. So if I divide both sides by G, and this is key. Do you see on the left how the G's can, I'm sorry, on the right, how the G's cancel?
yeah.
And that leaves you a 33 over 18. Now, none of that's here, but both of these are divisible by 3.
Yeah.
Do you remember doing that, or do you remember getting?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. So
All right, I'm going to submit and we'll move on to the next lesson to look at together. Is that okay?
yeah,
Do you feel like you understood this proportions and ratios a bit more?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Great, good to hear. Um, oh, wow. So there's a bit more to this one. Okay, so here is a problem that's really similar to one we just did. I would recommend setting up a table like we
Okay.
did and seeing if you can solve it on your own. You've got the tall, you've got the wide, you got the actual, and you've got the model. So see if you can set that up. We've done a bunch of those already today.
Okay, I have the answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
1.5.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move on to some stuff that is a little bit new. That question actually, seems like it came straight from the previous section. So, all right. So here we go here. So we talked about this a lot last last semester, and like let's say it's G to F to H and C to D to E, and notice that the order has to be the same.
Yes.
So the letters tell you which ones are the same. G goes with F. I'm sorry, G goes with C, F
F
goes with
goes
D,
with D.
and so on. So based on that, which of these is correct?
Letter B.
This one right here.
Mhm.
Perfect. Yeah, not sure why that's there, but so it is. Okay. All right. So now to use that information. We're going to use that information for this one. This next question. So I'm snipping it in, and it says determine whether the polygons are similar. So to do that, you have to like sort of like reorient the triangles. Like I'm gonna make the first one. I'm gonna reorient the first one. So we're looking at, so A is up here, B is here, C is here, and then this is 18, this is 20, and this is 12.
Mhm.
Do you see that? So we're forgetting about that one for the moment. Okay.
Okay.
So do you see how this side would go with this side,
Yeah.
and this side would go with this side,
Mhm.
and then similarly that side would go with that side? So the question is, and you write three proportions. 12 is 12 over 18. See how 12 and 18,
Mhm.
is that equal to 5 over 12 equal to 13 over 20? So notice I'm doing like, this is like the long leg, short leg, hypotenuse,
Mhm.
and I'm making a table again. And this is the smaller triangle and then the larger triangle. Do you see where those numbers came from?
Yeah.
Okay, now is 12 over 18 the same as 5 over 12?
No.
No, it is not. Okay, so the answer is no, the triangles are not similar. Okay, but it doesn't just apply to triangles. Okay, so you can actually do it for any polygon. But the thing is all the sides have to be in the same proportion. Like if just two of them are the same proportion, that's no good. Okay, so like here, this 3 goes with this 6.
Yeah.
This 2 goes with this 4. This
Mhm.
2 goes with this 4.
That
This
3
3.
goes with it 6.
So are they similar?
Yes.
Because you could write this, you could say it's 3 over 6 equal to 2 over 4 equal to 2 over 4 equal to 3 over 6.
Yes.
And they
Yeah.
would be. They are. Okay. So the answer is yes. Now the way that the answer goes is they don't just put the numbers. They give you the final number down here,
Oh.
but they also they give you the side links. They say like EF over BC EF FG over AB EF. Oh my gosh. So these are really, I'm struggling here to read. That's like kind of like one of the proofs. AB, AB and EF. Okay. AD and EH. Okay. BC and FG. All right, there it is. Okay. Um, all right. So do you remember doing this one?
Uh. Yes.
Okay. So what is the answer then?
If so, two isosceles triangles are similar.
So here's two isosceles triangles.
Doesn't they're always the same because they have the same sides?
You're not sure, are you?
No, I'm not. I am. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have the ability to access your lesson notes?
I
So
can,
for a
but you.
question like this one, you should always you should always go to your notes because this is going to be be in there.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll let you look through that, see if you can come up with an answer. Do you have an answer for me?
I do not.
Okay. So I want to move on to the next one. So we'll come back to that. Okay. All right. So the ratio of models dimensions to the building's actual dimensions is 1 to 52. So like what that means is like here's your model,
Mhm.
and then here's your actual, and it's 1 to 52. Okay. So if the height of the model is 15 inches, we want this one over here. So how did you go from 1 to 52? What do you multiply by?
By 50 by x. Well, 52.
52, right? So we need to multiply 15 by 52. So you got a calculator there. Take 15 and multiply it by 52. Tell me what you get.
780.
So notice that answer isn't there because it wants it in feet. How many inches are in a foot?
There's 12 inches in a foot, so
Let's divide that by 12.
65.
Got it. Okay. We will submit and we'll move on to next one here. So lesson ratios. All right. Triangle similarity, AA, SSS, and SAS. Okay, we'll see. Okay. What I suggest we do is start the quiz and do the quiz questions from the first two. And
Okay.
then we come back and we maybe in person, we look at the this next lesson because it's going to require
I understand.
some like seeing it there in person. So let's do that. That'll be a good use of our time here together. So hopefully not most of these are from, so far the first three questions are straight from the third section here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right, the ratio of the side lengths of a quadrilateral is 3, 3, 5, and 8. So I can draw something like that. 3, 3, 5, and 8. So that's like 3x, 3x, 5x, and 8x. And what do these have to all add up to?
380.
380. So 3x plus 3x plus 5x plus 8x equals 380. So I'd like you to solve that value, okay? Get that x value, but then they want to know the longest side. So we're going to put it back into this one.
I get 20 centimeters, 20
or X.
centimeters.
So what is the longest side?
Oh, that would be 8x. So then I put 20 back in there, then I get 160.
Great. Okay. So they actually give us a repeat of the one that we just did already on this. So let me make sure I get the right. No reason to redo the same problem. So actually this one's the same as well. I think. Okay, so here is a slightly different problem. We'll work this one out together. Okay, so it's like this one has expressions in the top left and the bottom right. Okay, so what that means is you can't there's no numbers to cancel out. So remember how we diagonally multiply here? So this is s plus 5 times s minus 5. And then it's 9 times 16 on the right. You got your calculator, or maybe you can do that by hand. What is 9 times 16?
144.
Okay. Now I want you to use FOIL on the left here. Remember FOIL?
Yeah.
Okay, so FOIL that and tell me what you get when you're done foiling it. Do you get s squared minus 5s plus 5s minus 25?
Yes.
So notice the outer and the inner cancel. So you're left with s squared minus 25 equals 144. You add 25 to both sides. S squared equals 169. Do you have your squares and square roots reference sheet still up?
Yes.
What is the square root of 169?
13.
13. Very good. All right. Sorry, let me get back to that question here. Okay, so the next question that we can do together is this one here. And I want you to try setting up the table this time. So you got the tall, you got the wide, you got the actual, and you got the model. Okay, so see if you can set that up and solve the proportion for me.
I get 7.2 for X.
Okay. I think maybe your numbers aren't in the right place because I made a similar mistake here. So the actual tower height is 60 and the width
Yeah.
is X. So we would write 60 over X equals 24 over 18.
Wait, the 60 feet tall, you mean 60 feet wide?
It says the height of the actual tower is 60 feet.
Oh, oh, sorry. Oops. Yeah, I made a mistake then.
So you can actually divide 24 and 18 both by 6. That gets you to 4 over 3. So when you diagonally multiply, you get 60 times 3 equals 4x, or 180 equals 4x, and x equals 45.
Yep, that's what I got.
Excellent, excellent here. Okay, so that does take us to the end of our lesson for today. We'll pick up here next time.
Okay.
Thanks so much for scheduling. I'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.